In this video, I'm gonna talk about one of most underrated, I would say, features of BigPicture, and that is filtering. You may say, filtering, this is available everywhere. What can be so interesting about that? But actually, BigPicture has several interesting things to filter that may make your work way more efficient and pleasant. And because this is one of the most often used feature, the impact of applying some of these things in your daily work will be really big. This video is part of our effort to provide the best possible training around Jira, Confluence and whole Atlassian ecosystem. If you would like to support us, leave a like under the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have any questions, and remember that you can always reach out to us for one of our paid services like trainings, consultations or implementations. So let's look at the tool. I will be showing you one of my boxes called New Hybrid Project, and most of the filtering we'll be doing in the Gantt module. But these filters are also available in the other modules, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. We will be focusing on the filters within the module, so we are not looking at the overview where we can filter boxes. We are looking at filtering tasks because usually this is where most of the information is, and this is where I see most often with our customers that they can be pretty overwhelmed with number of tasks that is displayed and with information that they have the problems with looking for specific information on specific task. So in each module, searching and filtering is available over here in top right. So let's go one by one and see what options do we have here. So first of all, we have a pretty simple text bar. So we can just type developer and it will find us all the tasks that are that contain word developer. Now, what is really interesting is it will look for this word not only in summary of the task, but also in description, custom field and comments. So if you remember that someone wrote something unusual in the comment, you want to find that task, you can just type it in over here and it will be displayed in the list of results. So you can see that there is pretty interesting case here. So there are some tasks that are like normal. Most of them that do not contain word developer were filtered out and we cannot see them over here. But there are kind of like grayed out tasks here. These are the tasks that do not match our search criteria, but for them some children tasks do. So if everything would be collapsed, you would see that, okay, this one's not what we're looking for, but something below is. So we can drill this down and look for the tasks that are interesting to us. What else? We can click over here. So in this case, when we do that, we will see that you're getting back to having all the tasks displayed, but now you have information 1 of 4, and you can just move around to display next task meeting criteria. So depending on whether you need to see all the tasks or you want to see only the ones that are interesting to you, you can select or deselect this one. And if you select this option, just go through all of the tasks. Another option available in this search bar is JQL search. So if we click here on the text icon, you will see that it changes to JQL, and now you can type JQL query. So let's say that I want to have issue type equals different than the subtask. So yeah, enter, and now only issue types that are not subtasks should be displayed. Again, we can click over here and start iterating through all those. For now, I'll just stick to having not the subtask displayed. So these two already are very powerful. So the text search, thanks to the fact that it looks not only in summary or even description, but basically everywhere in the issue, and the JQL query, because this is something that gives us a lot of possibilities, right? The JQL query allows us to create really complex queries. So we can really precisely tell BigPicture what we want to see at the moment. But both JQL search and text search are usually used for unusual cases. So if you will repeatedly search for the same thing over and over, probably you should think about creating quick filter. So let's cover quick filters now. If we click over here, so I will first remove this search. If we click over here, we will see the list of quick filters. These quick filters can be defined in configuration of the box or inherited from higher level boxes. So we may have some filters that are like company-wide that are inherited to our box, or we can have filters that are dedicated to our box. And you can see that, first of all, we can enable filter, right? So let's click epics only. This shows us only epics. Okay, that's good. This is what we wanted to see. But now, what happens if we want to see tasks that are not epics, for example? So let's say I will click this filter and tasks assigned to me. What will be displayed over here? So you can see that there is way less tasks. Okay, so what happened over here? Because we can see end logic operator over here, only the task that matches criteria of both of these filters are displayed. So basically only tasks that are not epics and are assigned to me. If I would click on this end, or will appear here, and now you will see that there is way more tasks, because if a task is assigned to me or is not an epic, it will be displayed here. So just by clicking over here, we can drastically change what is being displayed, and with having filters that are granular enough, we can actually connect multiple of them, and depending on what is needed at the moment, we can pick and choose what we want to select. So maybe I want to have my tasks that are not started, right? With end, yeah, nothing. So everything that is assigned to me is actually started. Let's see if we have something that is mine resolved. Yeah, there is task of that type. So depending on the needs, I can easily pick and choose which quick filter I want to apply and what should be a relation between those filters. So basically, when I said that if you're using the same search, either text or JQL, again and again and again, when you're doing something wrong, it's because, in my view, that kind of things should be saved as quick filters. If something is often reused, it will be way easier and way faster to select those quick filters. Now, that might result with a lot of filters. I've seen customers that have like hundreds of quick filters. Is that bad? I wouldn't say so. So first of all, with proper naming convention, we can use search over here, right? So it will very easily find filter with proper name. So for example, if we would be filtering by specific elements, like by team to which the task is assigned, or maybe by program increment, we can create filters for that, and just with proper prefix like team something, we will be quickly able to find it with search over here. So this is one thing that makes it fast and easy to find proper filter over here. Second is marking filters as favorites. So if I click over here and over here, I didn't want to set this, you will see that these elements, these filters actually appeared over here as buttons. So I marked filter as favorite. Now, if I want to apply it, I can just click over here, right? So we can have hundreds filter here, but only 3 or 4 of them that are marked as my favorites. and these will be the ones that we will be using most often, and that will be the fastest for me to use. Okay, let's remove this filtering and see another option, date range. Honestly, this is, I think, the one that I use the least, but let's look at this anyway. So basically, we can select start and end date of the range of time that is interesting to us, and display tasks that overlap this range. So for me, let me pick start of a MA as the beginning, end of a MA as the end date, and everything that falls into that period, even if it is, not whole task in this period, but even if it falls partly within this, it will be displayed. Everything outside of this period will be hidden. So although I do not use it very often, I see that for larger projects, it is very useful to narrow down this search, because very often at the moment we are just interested in something that is like month or 2 months from now to 2 months in the future. Maybe we can take in 1 week from the past, and a lot of issues that are planned for later will just disappear. We can focus on the nearest future because this usually requires the most attention. So although pretty simple, also useful. So this was the last filter, or the last filtering option over here, but let's also click over here and see what we have here. So show all basic tasks in results. For BigPicture, the case is that basic tasks are not matching criteria of a lot of filters. So custom fields, basic tasks do not have them, for example. Issue type also. So basically, by clicking this or deselecting this, you just decide whether you want to see all basic tasks on the list or not when the filter is applied. So this is pretty straightforward. Apply current filter in all modules. I think it is self-explanatory. So if I apply a filter, select this one, move to the other module, the filter will be applied there too. Very useful, again, if you're doing planning on particular issues that are interesting to you at the moment and you have filter applied. So you can set them on a timeline and then move, for example, to resources and see these issues in resource module without seeing everything else. So that is really useful. And the last one, hide parent tasks in results. This is something that is actually pretty important. So I've mentioned that for the filters or for the search in general, if something does not match the criteria of the search, but it has children that match the criteria, it will be kind of a grayed out. But if we do not want that, we can enable this one, and you'll see that only tasks that match the criteria will be displayed, or at least they should in the moment. Yep, had to refresh, but you can see that now the parents of my tasks are not displayed. Personally, I prefer to see the parents, but I've seen the cases where there is so many levels of hierarchy that when we apply a search that looks for the issue somewhere deep in the hierarchy, there is way more issues over here that are kind of grayed out than the issues that we are actually looking for, which can be pretty annoying. Actually, that's the case over here right now. So we have only 2 issues found here, but additionally 5 of them kind of grayed out. So if we want to get rid of that, just see the pure essence of our search, enable hide parent task in results. And obviously we can click clear all filters. Good practice is, if you're entering the module, check if any filter is applied. If it is applied, you will see it as an icon on one of these elements, depending on where it is applied. Very often I've seen situations where someone is looking for a task, they get annoyed because they cannot find it and they sure it should be here, and it's just that the filter was applied that removed just several tasks, so we weren't able to tell it by looking on the hierarchy, but it removed the one that was relevant for us. that will be it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you would like to know what's the best way, how to set up these filters, for example, how to do the global filters with inheritance, or what are the best practices for using the filters, reach out to us. I'm sure we will be able to help. And other than that, thanks for today, and hear you in the next one.